Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with today's trading action. All right, now, right in the middle of the Asian session, we're starting to see the dollar slide to the downside. And I've got to say, this looks like it's got more conviction than the usual big gapping stuff we see, right? It's trading every tick, which generally means it's a more real, sustained move. And you're starting to see some levels break, right? This is all coinciding at the same time. So the dollar index, a flush out of positions below 100. Euro, some stop losses triggered above 113. Cable above 134, the figure. Aussie is struggling, right? They just cut rates. There's more rate cuts to come, so it's going to struggle a bit. The Kiwi's trying to sort of get going there. You're seeing dollar CAD drift to the downside. Now, that goes with where oil's going, right? So that's a natural fit. And then you got the beast, dollar yen sort of drifting lower, and dollar Swiss, right? So, like, what's going on now? I've had a look across this sort of general news sort of wise here and there, and there's not a hell of a lot out. But if you look at the economic numbers, right, we did have the like some of the Tenkan numbers out now. Tenkan is used to be the biggest number in Asia, right? They're manufacturing. Japan is a manufacturing country, but check out their exports at 2%, right? They were looking for up towards 8.5%. So they're not exporting anything, right? Imports are down 2.2%, right? So their trade numbers are really shit, right? So Japan looks like they've been hit already with the start of these tariffs. And as I said, we've been waiting for this to happen. So we are starting to see, the impact. Now, just for those traders who say, okay, they're weaker Japanese numbers. Why is dollar yen going down? This is how dollar yen works. If the Nikkei gets hit, dollar yen goes down. If the Nikkei goes up, dollar yen goes up. So just understand that. It's a different way to a lot of different instruments, but that's what's going on. So we're seeing this across the board now. It's worth having a look here at your daily charts, not your major charts. Check out some of these levels that on the retracement after the big dip. Dollar yen really nasty. Sort of took out some stop losses there. But on a lot of these instruments, we saw a pullback, and this is now ready to me, recharged. And a lot of these instruments have got scope to go higher. Like dollar weaker from here sounds really like a real thing. Now, there's a lot of talk here, just coming back to the media. Dollar on defensive is traders eye Trump tax bill, G7 currency talks, right? That's just rubbish, right? They have these G7s, they go there, they drink good wine, and nothing comes out of it generally, right? So now Trump's tax bill, yeah, maybe, but that's more of a local situation. So the big thing for me is the shift, the downgrade by Moody's on the US government rating, right? That is one thing. Like dollar Swiss is really accelerating here. So now I've sort of just come back to the screens and I'm like, what's going on? Well, there's definitely a big shift here, right? So the dollar down. Now, what does that do for us? Well, a lot, right? Because if you come back to look at the general market sentiment, right, on the live trade hub here, like the dollar index, yeah, it's going down. We do have the risk pairs going up, which is Aussie, Kiwi, CAD, but equities are getting hit, right? So it's not a natural risk on situation. Safe havens, Swiss and yen are in play. Oil trade, oil's going up. The CAD's going with it. And you've got a strong commodity move there as well, right? So you think with these things, Aussie would be going up, but it's struggling, right? Like it has been for some time. Now, just some of the currencies in the zone. Now, I'm focusing on the instruments that are in the zone, but also sterling related. And there's still a few more. Now, sterling, yeah, it's going up, but currently at the moment, like it's overdone on the short term chart. So maybe we've got like, 3 or 4 hours, 3 hours till the UK CPI numbers. It might sort of settle down a bit, and then we have another crack, right? Euro sterling is in the buy zone on the long term chart. Sterling Aussie, a buy. Sterling Swiss sell. So really, we're seeing very clear signals. And if I come over to the live trade signals page, you'll start to see you should be getting into a rhythm now. When the markets turn on, the pairs in play will light up like a Christmas tree. We sit there some days and there's 3 or 4 in the zone and you're thinking, wow, not much going on. Then all of a sudden they kick into gear and you start to see uniform action. Now, like a lot of the majors here, Euro, Sterling, Aussie, Kiwi, right? Euro up, sterling up, dollar yen down, and Kiwi up. Aussie's almost there. And then you've got a whole range of euro and sterling crosses, all within range, all in play, right? Have a look. I'm scrolling down here. There's got to be at least 20, 25 different pairs that are lining up with good setups, right? So just look for those. The overall market analysis, I tell you what, there's a lot of blue here, right? Which, generally tells you like the dollar is falling. So this thing is lighting up like a Christmas tree. Now, just coming back to sterling, right? I'm going to be running a live trade session on this. Now, CPI year on year, the key number 3.3, the consensus, 2.7 to 3.6 is the range of the data. Now, just keep an eye on the month on month, just for good order's sake. Okay, 1% expected, zero point 0.8 to 1.3. Okay, and you've got those previous numbers there too. So they're looking for a substantial bounce back on the year on year and the month on month, right? So they're the main numbers. Now, we do now. If you've been around a while, you'd know like the services CPI, I should say, has been a bit of a thing, right? That has talked us out of trade. So just keep an eye on a number of different things. I'll go through it all in the live trading session. Core numbers, well, it's like this. There's almost too many numbers sometimes. It's just the CPI numbers there in pink, and maybe as a second thought, the CPI services data. We'll see what comes up because you know what? There's one good outcome here, right? And you should start to be getting a groove of this. The dollar is falling, sterling is going up. We want stronger numbers, right? Up towards 3.6 or the month on month up towards 1.3. So you know what? We're expecting stronger numbers. So hopefully we get it, and that supports a stronger move to the top side. If we get ridiculously weak numbers, well, it's going to flip sterling over on a lot of these crosses, and there's a bit of cash to be made there as well. But the best move is stronger numbers, and up she goes, which is where the direction currently is. I love going with the trend, right? It's an easy trade, even with the trade execution issues, whatever you might be experiencing. If the trend is up and you get in, well, even if it's not instant, it will keep going up because that's the trend, right? That's how this works. So make sure you keep an eye on that. Sorry, just for good measure, if you come back into the live trade hub, all the live trade sessions, you'll get access to the live session page, right? So that's where it is. Just click on the link and you can join the presentation, right? Let's see if we can make some cashola here. It's almost like you get spoiled for choice. There's so many things going on. Now, if we get strong numbers, I'm not really looking to get into euro sterling. Like euro is going up faster than sterling just at the moment. That may change. But sterling Aussie, sterling Kiwi also going up. These are some of the pairs that if we get strong UK CPI numbers are an easy trade. Okay. Now, if we got really crap numbers, well, sterling Swiss is definitely the one to be hitting. All right, guys, that's it from me for the moment. I'll see you in the live trading session. Hang in there. There's lots going on. Cheerio.